Cyrus was crashing out over Brenda Song and women in general.
With my fiance, there's no secrets. Hopefully, me and Brenda want to have kids.
Brenda Song is telling the world that she and Trace Cyrus will be seeing their own little bundle of joy.
Paparazzi photos of Brenda crying while leaving the hospital.
She has an anchor tattoo on her finger to match his face tattoo.
Trace also posted on his own account that the truth is that the only reason Brenda and I aren't together is that she has been a pathological liar for years and lied to me about horrible things.
Guys, things just got messy in Miley Cyrus's camp, and it's her brother Trace Cyrus who is lighting the match himself. In a shocking turn of events, Miley's older brother is dragging his ex, Brenda Song, back into the spotlight with explosive allegations that have fans absolutely floored. Trace has come out swinging, claiming that Brenda wasn't just difficult, she was allegedly a pathological liar during their rocky on-again, off-again relationship. And get this, he's accusing her of faking pregnancies and even illnesses to manipulate him emotionally. Yep, you heard that right. According to Trace, Brenda's behavior was straight out of a psychological thriller, and he's finally done staying silent about it. Now, if you're having deja vu, it's because this couple made headlines years ago because of their chaotic relationship, and now it seems they are back to their old ways. You guys better grab your mugs because this tea I am about to spill is hot and you are not ready for the shocking things Trace is spilling.
We didn't get to this in the first hour because we need to discuss it. Trace Cyrus accusing ex Brenda Song of so many things. He basically, the TLDR is who let Trace Cyrus have his phone because he went on such a rant accusing Brenda Song of faking terminal brain tumor, abortions, and multiple pregnancies during a volatile romance. And it's a mess.
Now, the drama between Trace Cyrus and Brenda Song has officially gone off the rails again, and this time it's more explosive than ever. Trace, who's known just as much for his controversial rants as he is for being Miley Cyrus's heavily inked half-brother, recently took to social media with a scorched earth campaign that's left fans stunned and confused. And let's be real, Trace isn't exactly new to chaos. This is the same guy who sounded off about UFOs, Trump, Billy Ray, and now Brenda. In a wild series of posts on Instagram and Twitter, Trace unleashed a bombshell string of accusations, claiming Brenda Song not only faked multiple pregnancies, but also lied about having terminal illnesses, including a brain tumor and breast cancer in the brain. Yes, you heard that correctly. According to Trace, these lies weren't just for attention. They were allegedly part of a long manipulation campaign aimed at him and his entire family. He didn't hold back. In one tweet, he fired back at a follower who said, "Now we know why Brenda left," by dropping a reply no one was ready for. Trace claimed Brenda stole thousands of dollars, faked pregnancies, and pretended to be terminally ill. He even alleged his mom, Tish Cyrus, confronted Brenda directly and called her out, leading to Brenda being humiliated and never showing her face around the family again. And then it just got darker. Trace claimed Brenda staged a fake abortion, going so far as to leave fake blood in the bathroom at his mother's house. He said that after she claimed to have undergone brain tumor surgery, she showed up at his house wearing a head bandage, so he ripped it off to prove no surgery had ever taken place. His words, not mine. In a jaw-dropping conclusion, he took a swipe at the entertainment industry, saying, "There's more proof of how E-fed in the head child stars are. I hope she's doing better mentally." Brenda Song, for her part, has remained completely silent on the matter. No statements, no rebuttals, no cryptic Instagram captions, nada. But with Trace's claims flooding every tabloid and social feed, fans are anxiously watching to see if she'll respond or lawyer up. But this isn't the first time this duo's relationship has made headlines for all the wrong reasons, but it might be the most unhinged moment yet. Trace is clearly done playing nice, and he's dragging every messy memory into the public eye. Now, Trace Cyrus and Brenda Song's love story was once seen as a sweet, if unexpected, pairing. Rock royalty meets Disney darling. The two were together for around 7 years, and while their relationship was marked by moments of affection and public support, it was also undeniably laced with drama, rumors, and plenty of speculation. Their romance began back in 2010, though the details of exactly how they met remain a mystery. Still, it didn't take long for things to get serious. By October 2011, Trace had announced on Twitter that he and Brenda were engaged. In his post, he sounded thrilled, writing that he had popped the question and that Brenda had said yes. "We are both very excited to be engaged," setting off a wave of media attention. But even before the engagement became public, the couple had already found themselves in the middle of a media storm. Rumors of Brenda being pregnant were circulating heavily online, with an insider reportedly telling Celeb Buzz that she was around 8 weeks along. The story went viral and quickly became tabloid gold. Brenda's mother, Miley Song, eventually stepped in to shut things down. In a strongly worded statement published by She Knows, she denied the pregnancy rumors and expressed disappointment over the entire situation, stating, "It's very upsetting to our family because of what I'm going through, and it's not how we raised her." The cryptic tone of that quote only fueled more questions. By 2012, the couple's roller coaster relationship hit a turning point. Trace released a short statement to people confirming that he and Brenda had split a few months ago. He didn't provide any details about what caused the breakup and simply asked the public to respect their privacy as they focused on their individual careers. But as we know now, that wasn't the end of it. The relationship would linger in headlines for years to come, and recent explosive allegations from Trace have brought their past back into the spotlight in a huge and highly controversial way. What was once a high-profile young Hollywood engagement has now morphed into one of the most shocking and toxic post-breakup dramas in recent memory, and the internet can't stop watching. After their breakup, both Trace Cyrus and Brenda Song appeared to move on, at least publicly. Brenda went on to build a quieter, more private life, eventually marrying Macaulay Culkin and starting a family with him. Trace, on the other hand, has had a few relationships since, but it's clear that emotionally, he never fully closed the door on Brenda. Even after their split, Brenda's presence lingered in Trace's work. In 2018, he dropped a song titled Brenda, a melancholic track reflecting on their turbulent relationship. At the time, it seemed like a mature, reflective farewell. In a since-deleted Instagram post, Trace opened up about the inspiration behind the song, saying, "I wrote this song last year in Nashville after Brenda and I broke up. Her and I have both moved on, and I'm extremely happy for her." He admitted that she had inspired many of his songs, calling her such an important part of his life and claiming this was his final goodbye. He ended the post with, "I told myself after I wrote this song, it would be my last song about Brenda, and I've kept my word. Music like this is my therapy." But fast forward to recent years, and that final goodbye seems to have been short-lived. By 2023, Trace was once again bringing up Brenda's name, not through lyrics, but through controversial social media rants and bombshell accusations. Despite saying he had moved on, he's made repeated public statements about their relationship, often in ways that feel unresolved, raw, and at times troubling. His increasingly erratic posts and harsh commentary about women and relationships have drawn backlash, with many accusing him of projecting his unresolved emotions and trauma onto others, particularly Brenda. Fans and followers have noted the pattern, a mix of nostalgia, blame, and fixation that makes it seem like Trace is still processing that chapter of his life very publicly. While Brenda has chosen to remain silent, focused on her family and career, staying out of the drama. Trace's continued references to their relationship suggest that, for him, this love story never truly ended. And with each new rant, song, or social media post, it becomes clear that some wounds might still be wide open. Now, after unleashing his recent wild rant filled with deeply personal and serious accusations against his ex, Trace suddenly announced that he would not be speaking to any reporters about his posts. When asked why now, why bring all this back up after years of silence, his response was as blunt as ever: "Because I felt like it." classic Trace, unfiltered and unapologetic. And just like that, he told followers to follow his Instagram before the following morning, because after that, his account was going private. Whether it's a tactic to dodge media scrutiny or just stir up more curiosity and follower count, it's giving damage control meets clickbait, but either way, the damage may already be done. Because, let's be real, these aren't just petty jabs or messy breakup stories. The allegations Trace made about Brenda Song are serious. Accusations of faked pregnancies, health scares, emotional manipulation, and even staged medical situations. Whether you believe him or not, airing out this kind of deeply personal and possibly fabricated history on a public platform comes with consequences. Brenda has remained completely silent throughout the ordeal, which has only amplified speculation. Some fans see her silence as grace and maturity, while others are waiting for her to speak up and defend herself. But make no mistake, the impact on both their reputations is real. For Brenda, who's been building a more low-key, family-centered image with Macaulay Culkin, this controversy threatens to drag her back into the tabloid circus she's long avoided. And for Trace, it adds yet another chapter to a very public history of online rants and emotional outbursts, further blurring the line between vulnerability and volatility. So now, with Trace retreating behind a private account and Brenda choosing silence, we're left in the middle of a messy, unresolved story that just keeps raising questions. Was this an honest outpouring of pain or a public meltdown fueled by resentment? Will Brenda eventually respond or continue to take the high road? Only time will tell. But for now, the internet's watching and waiting. Anyways, let me know your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to check out our previous videos for RVN more chalking celeb tea. Till next time, bye.